Will the cost of living be drastically less? Yes. Will you have a better lifestyle with less money? Yes. But what you will fall in love with is the community, the colors, the culture, and the life that happens here, Carla.
Hello and welcome to Amar TV, the platform where we spotlight ideas, innovations, and leaders shaping the future of the retirement living industry, wellness, and the longevity economy. My name is Carla Silva, and I'm your host today. I'm a communications specialist and consultant focused on building strategic alliances, business development, and cross-border initiatives. At Amar, our mission is to elevate the standard of retirement living by promoting models grounded in dignity, wellness, sustainability, and long-term value creation. We believe the longevity economy is not just about living longer, it's about living better in responsibly designed communities. Today, I am truly honored to welcome our special guest, Servant Steve, for a conversation that I hope will inspire meaningful action and conversations around faith, community, family, and lifestyle in Mexico in this evolving sector. Steve, why you don't introduce yourself, and we would like to start with your story.
Well, thank you for having me, Carla. I'm truly honored to be a guest on your show. Love so far how you introduce faith, community, family. Those are things that I'm very passionate about. And Mexico has helped me reconnect with a lot of that. Married a Mexican woman, lived in Chicago. I don't know. I think it was a good thing, Carla, right? Or no?
Yes, that's a good thing.
Carla, I have some cuñados here, which are brother-in-laws, and they always call me this one word, a palabra en español, and maybe you can help me. I'm not sure if it's a positive word, but since we're on the topic of Mexican wife, which I love to death, she has saved my life, in all honesty. She is an angel sent from God, but the word that her brothers call me, they're always like, it's a nickname for me. And the word is mandilon.
Mandilon.
Is this a positive word for a man in Mexico? Or, tell me your honest opinion.
That means the one that wears the pants in the house is your wife.
Oh,
So I think it's a good thing. If she's a smart woman, why not, right?
She has good influence on me, Carla. So you're right. It could be a positive thing sometimes.
Yes.
But, well, man, I don't know if the wife wearing the pants is a good thing, but okay, at least you were honest with me. I appreciate that because they never give me an answer, Carla, Okay. So we lived in Chicago, Carla, many years together. I would visit her family here in Cuernavaca. And the first time I came, I was blown away by Mexico. I had gone to Cancun when I was younger one time, maybe resort area, but I got to see the colors, the people on the streets, the energy, the sophistication in a lot of ways. Having this conception of Mexico, the way I was influenced as a younger man per se, that, dirt roads, no electricity, and it was blowing me away. And obviously we would go back and forth quite often because of her mom being a little bit older, her brother still living here. And little by little, I fell in love with her country, Carla. I used to go to Greece a lot when I was younger. My parents were born in Greece. And the energy of Greece, I always felt alive on these trips. It's just a different energy in Greece. And here in Mexico, it is the same thing. So not only was I blown away, but I started enjoying coming here more and more. And little by little, I said, I would have this thought in the back of my head of living here. To make a long story short, we had our triplets born in this country because nannies were here to help, thank God. Her family was here to help, thank God. And having 3 premature babies at once, it's a lot of diapers, a lot of leche, a lot of work, all right? Trabajo per se, Carla. So the plan was to bring them back to the United States when they got stronger. this was going to take a few months.
Mhm.
I would be going back and forth running the family business. In the meantime, a restaurant that I had with my father. Now, my father was a Greek grandfather, very proud. He asked me to have babies for 20 years. I had them late, older,
And three.
3. God gave me an instant family. Okay. So finally, he was so proud. He was so happy, but he would only see them through the videos, right? He would show his friends, he would talk to them. And while they were getting stronger, Carla, I lost my father.
Ah,
And that devastated me more than you know. And I ran the business for 7 full months. I was running the business anyways, but for 5 of those months, I didn't see my kids. I didn't see my wife. I was working 12 hours a day. And I started seeing the life that they had down here with the beautiful bugambilias, with the fresh fruit, with the support of the community here that was helping raise them. And I just started thinking about life. Do I want to continue this business that will be 12 hours a day? Or what can I do to come to be part of that life that they're having without me there? So it was a tragedy, but my dad was always sacrificing for me. And that loss helped me reevaluate my life. And I jumped on a plane, Carla, without a lot of planning. We sold the family business. My mom got it. Very beautiful mom that I have. And I came down here without having a plan. Best decision I ever made. I found myself. I slowed down. I reinvented myself. I got sober down here again because I've had my battles with alcohol. Love the country, love the people. I hope I didn't ramble, but I wanted to share that story a little bit with you.
and where do you live? I mean,
I live in Cuernavaca.
oh,
It's in the
Cuernavaca.
state of Morelos. And
Yeah.
now, I mean, I'm sure you know, an hour south of Mexico City, the land of eternal spring. It's
I
a
love it.
beautiful, beautiful climate here.
Yeah, I'm originally from Mexico City, and I spend a lot of my weekends and vacations in Cuernavaca visiting. I still have family there, so it's beautiful. So, I mean, right now, you know what is happening, just getting old and needing support. You even younger because of your kids, you flew to Mexico. So people getting older and, being so expensive, when you need assistance. So you usually talk about Mexico, of the Mexico people don't usually see. For someone maybe in their 50s or 60s considering a move, what do you think that will be the first thing that they notice or it feels different in Mexico?
Well, in the United States, there is, and I'm grateful for the United States. I'm not saying anything bad about the country that my parents came from Greece, created a life for us, no disrespect. But retirement homes are everywhere. You do not see retirement homes here like you do in the United States. The family unity here of families sticking by the elderly, having 3 generations close to each other. The life of not the mundane, boring suburban streets of the United States where everything is gray, where everything is quiet, where everything, and I don't say this disrespectfully at all, but there's people are on the streets here. El Centro, the center of town, has action, has colors, has light. You see 8-year-olds with grandmothers and grandfathers at midnight in Mexico hanging out. I don't encourage anybody to come to Mexico just for the cost of living, even though for someone elderly that is on a budget, that is one of the benefits. And yes, it is a great benefit. But to come here wanting to learn the language a little bit, I'm not fluent by any means, but I engage, I speak. If you come with respect and you come humble and you come open-minded to experiencing the life down here, that is the way to come to this country. Will the cost of living be drastically less? Yes. Will you have a better lifestyle with less money? Yes. But what you will fall in love with is the community, the colors, the culture, and the life that happens here, Carla.
Yeah, one of the things that you pointed out also, because following your social media, is how in Mexico people tend to offer something in return rather than just ask. So how does that reflect the sense of dignity and purpose you see in everyday life there?
That is part of the vibrancy, part of the life here, the street vendors, the creativity of the Mexican people. I mean, I knew running a restaurant, we had all Mexican employees.
Mhm.
They are such hardworking people. They are machines. My father was the same way. And that's the type of dignity they have. They will sell mangoes on the streets. They will sell flowers on the streets. They will perform music. They will clean your windows. The service of the helping outside of the parking space, the elderly packing their bags at the grocery store, volunteering for tips. That's part of the life, not just the dignity, but the vendors and the action that you see of these people that you can support as well brings you joy when you go and you purchase something from somebody that is thinking creative in terms of merchant work or business work inside of Mexico. It is a beautiful thing to see, Carla.
Yeah, and sometimes we get to see it here too. I love buying frutas with chile from the vendors here in LA too. Now you also you share about how strong family culture is in Mexico, where people don't necessarily leave home right away. They stay longer. How do you think that impacts the long-term well-being and support as people age?
I mean, extremely supportive because isolation never leads to anything positive, whether you're young, whether you're a teenager, whether you're an adult, or especially in the elderly. The American culture is go, 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 go all the time. And you can get caught up in that. The family business I had 12 hours a day, that's what we have to do in a lot of cases. And I'm not saying people don't have that work ethic here. However, they are present with their family. The elderly are the wise in the family. People go to them. People keep them important. People are there checking in on them and go to them for advice. It's very important not to isolate when you get older. And unfortunately, sometimes we are so busy back in the United States that we have other priorities. We are raising a family. We have these bills. And not that we do it intentionally, right? But then it's convenient to possibly maybe neglect the elderly because so much else is going on. Here, it's like the most important people I feel like in the Mexican community are the children and the abuelos and the abuelas.
Yeah.
El futuro del proceso de envejecimiento ya está aquí. La tecnología, el bienestar y la longevidad se integran para transformar la manera en que viviremos en casa. Es un encuentro único que reunirá a líderes, inversionistas, desarrolladores y expertos para rediseñar la experiencia de envejecer en casa. En el marco de este evento, anunciamos el tema central de Amar 2026.
Geriatrónica. The Tomorrowland at Stay at Home, Aging in Place.
Un concepto que representa la convergencia de la geriatría, la telemedicina, la robótica, la inteligencia artificial y la domótica, con un propósito claro: garantizar que las personas mayores vivan con autonomía, dignidad y cuidado en el mejor lugar posible, su hogar.
Este es el Tomorrowland de la longevidad. Sé parte de la revolución. Sé parte de Geriatrónica, The Tomorrowland at Stay at Home, Aging in Place.
Para más información, manténganse atentos a nuestras redes sociales oficiales.
Yeah, that's beautiful. To see that the still go. You seek their advice and you consider them for decisions. So that's what keeps them going, right? And feeling part of the family, and that they still whatever decisions or comments they have value. Now, other thing that you are huge in in your content is the community. Community seems to be something that is always present. From your experience, how does daily social interaction there affect people's quality of life, especially later in life?
Sure. People are friendly here. It's like Southern hospitality where I live. When your neighbors are walking by, they say hello to you. a couple passes your table at a restaurant, they say provecho.
Mm.
It's the culture. I feel like we're not a huge metropolitan city here either, but I do feel like the beautiful flowers and bugambilias that are everywhere, the sun that is present constantly, the unique architecture, all of these things, environment makes people happier. And
Go ahead.
yeah, if I was an elderly person, there is no doubt about it. Let's talk about that. I would definitely relocate to Mexico. You would extend your life, your years of your life, if you're open to being humble, to immersing yourself in the culture, to wanting to learn the culture, and to appreciate it, right? Have an open mind. And if you do that, you will live till you're 100 and some years old, like many of the Mexican people do here.
Yeah. So, I mean, you said, sometimes changing your environment can change your life, and it happened, with your own life. So, for someone who feels stuck in their 50s or beyond the 50s, how powerful can that shift really be?
See, being in recovery, when you're in alcoholism, you have people, places, and things. And most of the time, the people that you are around are not positivity, are stuck in your addiction or your alcoholism. The places you go are not very positive either. Bars, where can you drink? People, places, and things. And obviously, the things that you are doing are all aligned. And this is going down. Environment, the change has to be internal if you feel stuck. But can environment help that change internally and inspire that change? Yes, tremendously. Because you are changing the people that you are hanging around with that maybe are making you feel stuck. You are changing the places that your eye is seeing on a daily basis. And then you change the things that you do because you are surrounded by a completely different culture.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people are surprised by the cost of living in Mexico, which, is going to continue to go up, but, there's a big change. From what you've seen, how does affordability impact the ability to live a more relaxed, a connected, and fulfilling life?
It's a big part of making things easier because here they're getting back to people working and having dignity. There are always someone here to help you with anything that you need, and they don't charge an arm and a leg for you. So you treat the people that provide a service with respect, and you also take care of them financially. But compared to what things like that cost in the United States, to have a young lady come and clean your home, for example, and to have even a plumber come to your house, and properties too. Being from Cook County, Illinois, the property taxes that you have really take advantage of the quality of life that you should be having. Unfortunately, in the United States, it's expensive taxation. And as long as yes, it's a beautiful country, but I don't think that is fair to somebody that is working hard. The amount of expenses that they have here, it is a fraction of the cost. So obviously that money can be spent elsewhere, supporting your local vendors, giving back to the community, enjoying your quality of life as well, versus being taxed such large amounts.
Yeah. So we talk a lot about building a better lifestyle as we age. And do you see Mexico as a place where people can not only retire, but actually create a more meaningful and intentional chapter in their life?
As we get older, Carla, the only connection that really matters is your higher power. And for me, it's my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, right? If you're not on the same page, preparing for your afterlife, then there's a problem. And the faith of this country, the churches, the bells ringing, the Palm Sunday, when you see these crosses being made of palm trees and you see people making them by hand. That to me is the connection to God. A country like this is what you need when you are getting up in age and you are really just reflecting on where you will be next. This country is incredible for that.
Yeah, and I mean, personally, I mean, I'm from Mexico, so being here is, since the day I arrived, even though you try to make this your home and really build here, is always having in back of my mind, to go back to the flavors, the colors, the culture, that the hospitality. I mean, all my family still is there. My children are here, but my family lives there, and I have the opportunity to go often. So and also in LA, there's a lot of, big community, Mexican community. So you see, like you say, in the vendors, and we have the folkloric, presentations and the mariachis. So you have that. When you leave Mexico, Mexico comes in your heart, right? But going back is just, I really enjoy. So something else that you wanna share, for because again, people, they have all these different, things that you hear if you haven't been there, or bad experiences. So, but you are living there, your family is there, and right now, as I mentioned at the beginning, retiring here is expensive, and it gets to a point that you have to make a decision about where you're going to be doing that next chapter in life. And retiring, now that you have that the life expectancy is to live longer, then it's not really the luxury of just retire at 65 and you're not going to do anything. You have to still be productive, and just those things that you probably thought you're not going to be able to do, dreams that you put on hold because family and responsibilities. How that Mexico will be, give you that space or the affordability to do something else.
One, first, don't listen to the media and don't be like some of my family members that told me that you're crazy and you're going to be dead in 2 seconds in Mexico, or you will be kidnapped. Now, I'm not saying bad things don't happen, but I don't go looking for trouble. First of all, I don't drink. I don't stay out past 11 or midnight at the most, very rarely. Mexico is a beautiful, safe place if you come here with respect. You come here humble, and you come here with an open mind. Now, if you're living in fear and you want to stay stuck in the United States where your quality of retirement will be not as enjoyable, or do you want to come in the sun? Do you want to have fresh produce? Do you want to be surrounded by life? Because you say you want to enjoy after 65. If you're in an environment like it is here, you will extend the years of your life, and you will be able to enjoy the years of your life, and your spirituality will grow here. Your humility, your love for people, because of you can't help but have a spiritual growth experience here. So highly recommended. Don't listen to what everybody else says. Go for it if you're thinking about it. Go for it. Respectfully, humbly, and with an open mind. You will love it.
Excellent. Well, Steve, I really want to thank you so much for sharing your experience, your personal experience, and your valuable insights with our Amar TV audience. Your perspective on retirement in Mexico, very, very valuable. And to all our viewers, thank you for joining us. If you found this conversation valuable, we invite you to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow Amar TV for more conversations about retirement living, wellness, and sustainable communities. And I would also like to take the opportunity to invite to the CMR 2026. This is our international conference for the retirement industry, taking place on October 21 and 22 in Mexico City. It will be an extraordinary gathering of industry leaders, innovators, and visionaries driving the future of the longevity economy. So we look forward to seeing you there and in our next episode of Amar TV. Thank you, and bye for now. Bye.